What is going on, guys? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome to my new vibe for the next month to 2 month, where we're sleeping around 3 to 4 hours a night and waking up, putting on a hoodie, just going straight back to work. So we're gonna be enjoying that for about the next 2 months here. But today I want to talk to you about the best thing, right? The number one thing to do in 2022, right? For some reason, again, this is just my personal opinion, people think that because it's a new year, right, magically everything's going to change. It's not. It's just a good way to start right? It gives you a nice starting point to basically continue success. But let's actually do something and not just do it for 2 weeks and then be like, peace out, right? So 2022, right? 2021, amazing year, right? Hopefully it was for you guys too. For me and the boys, we had an amazing year. Rough patches here and there. We're still having rough patches right now at the end too, but overall, fantastic year. So 2022, right? The number one thing, in my opinion, to start, and I'll basically do a complete breakdown on how to do it, building credit, right? Now, even if you have credit, it might not be utilized to the max of its potential. So here's the thing, breakdown, right? I'll start with, if you have no credit, to basically rebuilding bad credit, or even if you have good credit, how you can maximize that. So first part, if you have no credit, right? And you guys can skip throughout the video. Each section's going to be about 2 to 3 minutes, so you can skip ahead accordingly to whatever section you need to listen to or watch. So if you have no credit, first thing, again, if you're under the age of 18, have your parents sign you up for a credit card. They'll put you on their account and then literally make one purchase, pay it off, cut it up, and you're done, right? That way, by the time you're 18, you already have a nice line of credit. And then from that point on, you can start building your own credit, right? That's the only thing I recommend if you're under the age of 18 to do, due to that fact, right? Now, there are some debit cards that allow you to build credit. Personally, I'm not a fan of them. I like this method a lot better. But again, that's just my personal opinion. Now, if you're already above the age of 18, but you don't have any credit, first thing I would do, discover student aid card. Even if you're not really a student, it doesn't truly matter that much, because you could say like high school or whatnot, right? Get that card, automatic approval, right? Then once you get that card, again, spend responsibly. What I say, it's considering you've been using a debit card this whole time, every single time you make a purchase, pay it off right then and there, right? You're literally like, as soon as you're walking out, pay it off. Because here's the thing, you will forget from time to time, right? Especially when you're starting off with a credit card, you just kind of forget about it, or you spend the money on your debit card and your credit card, and then you're like, crap, I don't have enough money to actually cover my credit card. And then that's how people start rolling down the hill in a bad ball of debt. So again, discover a card, because then you can start moving to the Delta Sky Miles card. Then once you have that, you can start upping it, right? You can get the Chase Freedom, then, right, you can keep upping it. You can get the Amex Rose Gold, the Chase Sapphire, right? The American Advantage City, the Apple card. So many cards are then out there. But again, it starts with that Discover Student Aid card. Then my second I would recommend is actually the Amex Sky Miles Gold card. Really great for travels and everything, right? Because we're trying to travel hack here. Then after that, I would suggest getting the Chase Freedom Unlimited, because you can only have 5 if you get basically every 24 months, you can only get 5 Chase cards. Here's the thing. If I get this Discover and Amex, right, and then 6 months later I want to get a Chase, I can only get 3 Chase cards, because that's just the rule. So I would theoretically have to wait another 18 months before I could get 5 Chase cards, right? It's the 5 and 24 Chase rule, but that's it, right? So those are the first 2 cards, and then from that point on, right, you can basically kind of go down the list and pick cards that work best for you, as well as the end goal should then be the Platinum card, and then from that point on, after that, the end goal should be the Centurion card, which you need the Platinum to even get the Centurion, and that's invite only. But so many great travel cards, and then once you're at like the Platinum level, from that point on, you can basically just get almost any card you need, besides the invite-only cards. So, really great. That makes travel hacking and everything easier. Now, if you already have decent credit, right? Now, here's the thing. Let me recap. Actually, if you have bad credit and you're trying to fix it, pay it off, right? Pay it off. Do not apply for more cards. Do not do this or that, right? Just pay it off, because that is the most important thing. And yes, it takes time. You could also call a credit fixer, right? However, most likely the cause of your problems is the debt that you're accumulating. So you might want to look at your income versus your spending, instead of just trying to call someone off, do a quick fix, and then 2 months later you're back in the same position, and the only thing it cost you was a couple $100, around $500 for someone to fix it. So not worth it. So honestly, just pay it off, slowly fix it. And then if you have different issues, like you had a car loan or something like that you defaulted on, then you can give them a call and be like, yo, I need this gone. And then that way your bad credit is now good credit. And yeah. So the other thing now, if you already have decent credit, right? I'm talking like in the high 6s, low 7s. That's decentish. And you already have some good cards, right? Now, how do you utilize that credit, right? Well, here's the thing. You can actually utilize it by a lot of things. You can basically get an apartment, rent it, and then sublease it because of your credit. So let's say you get a one-bedroom apartment for $1,500. And then from that point on, you sublease it. Let's say for $1,700. Well, guess what? You were making $200 profit, and the only thing you used was your credit. You can do the same exact thing with cars. You can lease a car and then go to swap a lease and sell it for a little bit more, or be like with a $2,000 upfront payment, and then you just cash $2,000 in your pocket, right? You can do this with so many things. You can do this with flip cars, and you can literally be like, okay, this car is $5,000. Take a loan out from a bank, $5,000. Literally buy it, flip it within the month, and pay the loan back, and you just made a couple $100 or $1,000. Same thing with watches. You can finance watches, believe it or not, because I mean, some watches are as expensive as a house, right? I mean, one of my, and again, not to brag or anything like that, one of mine, the Patek, is around $140,000, which is basically a super nice car, right? Actually, it's about my M8 price. So that's what it comes down to, right? You can finance that stuff, and it's super nice. And then you can rent it out, you can resell it for a profit, right? Whatever you want to do. Again, I'll leave that up to you guys. If you already have decent credit, right, start applying for some travel cards, right? That way you can basically start travel hacking, finding ways, to not pay for hotels, right? My Amex, basically, I don't really pay for a flight anymore. And as well as now with the companion pass, I have all these points. I get about 80,000 Amex points every single month or so due to my spending. So from that point on, I can now transfer those to Hilton points. So every month I could have 160,000 Hilton points. And on average, a night at a Hilton hotel, a decent one, I'm looking at around 40,000 points. Now, every fifth night is also free. So what does that mean? That if basically every month I get 160,000 points, let's just say divide it, right? So that would be 4 nights and everything, and I get the fifth night free. Every single month I can stay at Hilton Hotel, everything completely covered, right? 5 nights every single month for completely free. Again, that's not a bad deal. Or if you want to do traveling and flying, because you want to do Airbnbs or you have friends to stay with, guess what? Now you can fly for free. So that's kind of what it comes down to. And then you can leverage it, right? Same with houses, right? You can do rental properties, rental apartments instead of like subleasing. You can do a lot less cash down due to your credit, right? Instead of having to do 20% or the 10%, right? You can basically do the 5 or 3.5%. So again, credit utilization is really good. Especially with then all the sign-up bonuses, the perks you get, right? Like yesterday I was literally just scrolling through my Amex statement because I was like seeing what I was kind of spending. I'm like, where did I spend this much again, right? And I was going through all the Tesla Superchargers costs for one of my rental businesses so I could send it out and get that money back. And then I saw, I get 6 months of free coffee at Panera Bread. Every 2 hours, I can go and get free coffee. It's freaking amazing, right? And then I kept going, right? And I'm like, oh wait, I didn't even use my Saks Fifth Avenue credit. Every month, I get $10 on one of my cards in Uber. And I have 3 of the decently same cards. So every single month, I'm looking at around $30 in free Ubers. I'm looking at $30 in free Shake Shack, which is basically a burger and fries that I can go to 3 times a month for completely free. So again, there's a lot of perks, especially when you start actually looking into the card, right? I can basically, if I'm in LA and I want to go to a basketball game, I can go. That game, I can sit suite level, free food, free drinks. It'll cost me around $15 at suite level, just due to my cards. Then the next thing, I can go to any airport, again, free food, free drinks, and I'm talking like good crap like champagne, beer, Moscow Mule, whatever I want, right? I can basically drink that for free and I can eat for free, right? Literally, usually when I travel, it actually gets pretty cheap for me due to the fact that I don't pay for flights. I don't pay for hotels. Usually the day of my flights, I don't pay for food or drinks. So every time I kind of travel, I usually get about half a day to a day of just free. And in 2021, I counted it up. I spent 182 days not in this house. So I was 182 days not sleeping in my own bed due to my traveling. If I would have done one more day, I would have literally spent over 50% of 2021 not being in my own home. So again, it comes down to credit utilization. There's so many good ways to start, but the most important thing is just starting. And yes, it takes time. There are ways to speed it up, right? You can take a small loan out or use your credit card. Take a small loan and finance like a couch, right? $100 couch, you can finance it, pay off $88, and then for the next 12 months, pay $1 in financing. You can do that, and trust me, that'll help increase your credit. So again, so many ways to speed it up a little bit, but overall, as long as you buy something and pay it off right away, it will be good. And be patient. And here's the other thing. If you apply for a card, right? If I were to apply for let's say an Amex, if you guys can't tell, I really like Amex. If I apply for an Amex card, they pull my credit. That's a hard credit pull. So my score drops around 3% then. Now, I have a couple of hours, so usually around 12 to 24, to basically get another Amex card without them having to pull my credit. Now, if I wanted to get another Amex card a week later, they'd pull my credit again and it would drop another 4 points. So why not just line up the cards I want? And I've literally done this. I have gotten 3 Amex cards once in the same day. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me actually get another one, right? Because I saw the sign-up bonus. And then I got a notification from Amex that said, hey, you're approved, we will approve you, but you don't get the sign-up bonus. And I'm just like, man, I don't even need the card. Like, it was like, the perks did not weigh any of my other cards I really had. It was, the regular 1.5% cash back, like this and that. I'm just like, crap, I really just kind of wanted the $500 sign-up bonus, because, like, the minimum spend was, like, I think $3,000 for $500, and I'm like, oh, I can easily do that, like, give me 2 days. So, again, I'm just like, crap, I'll just wait a couple of months. So right now, I'm not applying for any cards. The next time I apply for a card or any cards, I'm kind of saving up. Not saving up, but like letting it rest a little bit. Up until I would say around February, March of 2022. So in about 2 to 3 months, I'll probably get another 3 to 5 new cards. And then, just repeat the process. So again, hopefully this video helped you guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. But yeah, so if you did, we have a free Discord link down below. We just talk about this stuff completely free, no future charges or anything. I don't really fuck with that. And then hopefully you subscribe if you did enjoy it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with another video. Peace out, guys.